Is this the most underrated watch brand ever? Watch Knob, I am your host Bill, and today we are going to be talking about Alpina. Stick around. The history of Alpina is as follows. Alpina was created in 1883 in Geneva, Switzerland by Swiss watchmaking visionary Gottlieb Hauser by uniting the leading Swiss independent watchmakers to join him in his movement. These watchmakers later became known as Alpinists. Thus, Alpina watches were born. Alpinists at large. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Alpina claims to have created the world's first true sports watch in 1938 because their watches were both anti-shock, anti-magnetic, water-resistant, and stainless steel, therefore creating their 4 watch line. However, in the 70s, during the quartz crisis, Alpina fought hard and refused to go quartz because once you go quartz, it turns out for the worse. However, Alpina fought hard and barely survived, until 2002, Frederic Constant bought them out and they are now under the umbrella of the Citizens Group. To this day, Alpina still holds true to its name by making incredible watches and even more beautiful calibers. The specs on this watch are as follows. The reference number is AL550SRN5AQ6. What a mouthful. The movement is an automatic in-house movement AL550, and the base of this movement is a Sellita SW200. There are 26 jewels within this movement, and its complication is a GMT/date, and it has a power reserve of 38 hours. This watch is a certified anti-magnetic watch, up to 48,000 amps, whatever the f*** that means. The case is 44mm stainless steel. It's got a bi-directional turning bezel, a beautiful anti-reflective sapphire crystal, applied luminous indexes, and it has a water resistance of up to 100 meters, or 330 feet. The complications on this watch are what makes it go from just a regular watch to a functional tool on your wrist. There is a GMT, which tracks another time zone. There are 24-hour markers on the sub-bezel. Now, if you notice there is a red and a blue part, those are called the business hours. And basically what you do is you set your GMT to the 24-hour marker or the time of whatever country or state you are trying to track, and you put it along the red for when they are in business, and the blue is off hours. The white is the commute to work. That is just incredibly, incredibly cool. There is also a jump hour on this watch so that when you set that GMT, you can jump to whatever hour it is in your current time zone. There is also a GPS. Nah, I'm just kidding, but this watch has the ability to get one's bearings based on the position of the sun. This watch features a compass bezel, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Basically what you do is you take off the watch and you hold it level, and then you take that bezel and you rotate the 36, which is north, to the time it is currently on the 24-hour markers. Then you place the hour hand directly at the sun. Now, the 36 is north. I've tried this several times and it actually lined up with the compass app that I was using. However, the directions state that this isn't an exact science, so take it for what it is. It's pretty freaking cool. The pros and cons of this watch are as follows. Pro, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous watch. I really love the look of this watch. I love the silver sunburst dial and the polished hands that really pop with those markers. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous watch. A pro is I love the fact that it says Ice Legacy. I think that sounds like something really cool. It sounds like something from Game of Thrones. However, I don't like the believe, perceive, transmit. It just sounds kind of gross to me. A con. One of the biggest cons that I've noticed is very, very minor, but When I fold the band, it seems to crack just a tiny bit on the inside red leather. However, this could just be normal wear and tear. I did get this watch used, but it's just something that I noticed and something that I'm going to watch out for. A pro, though, is this band, weirdly enough, smells exactly like real leather. Now, I have gotten genuine leather bands in the past that just doesn't have that authentic, real luxury leather smell, and this watch is on point with that. It just shows the amount of craftsmanship and the luxury of this watch. I mean, it just shows that they went the extra mile when coming up with the concept of this watch. A con. Why would they put glass over the date window? It just makes no sense. I think it makes it harder to read when the light hits it a certain way. You can really see the glass visible. It doesn't really magnify the number that I know of any sort, but it is just a stupid design flaw on that, so I don't like the glass over the date window. A pro, though, is this watch offers the best bang for the buck I've ever seen. Now, look at the complications and look at this beautiful movement. I mean, everything from the presentation box, you can tell they went the extra mile with the stitched genuine leather presentation box and the beautiful stitched band. You can just tell they actually put in a lot of effort when designing and creating this watch. Another pro is that box smells so luxurious. It's got that perfect leather smell like I smelt. This whole episode's basically about leather, but it smells exactly like the Breitling that I did a review on, and it just makes me feel like they went that extra mile. I mean, a lot of watch boxes are pleather, and it doesn't give you the real aesthetics or the real feeling of opening something luxurious. And finally, a pro and a con is that it has a very beautiful lume, just it doesn't stay that long. Now, I think the lume could have been brighter, and I think they could have had maybe the Swiss Luminovia that lasts for a long time, or whatever lume is in my Zodiac could have worked well for this. I just think it doesn't last as long as I hoped it would have. All in all, with this watch, I am very impressed. So, is this watch worth it? Well, for the $650 price range I paid, as well as the $850 price range that I see on Joma Shop, I think it is 110% worth it. I mean, the amount of complications this watch has is just remarkable. I mean, the brand itself just really paid attention to the details within this watch. I think that this brand is super underrated. They gave you a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, they put in a lot of luxurious aspects into one small watch that I think that not many brands for the same price ranges do. I mean, for under $1,000, you don't expect to get this beautiful. For under $1,000, you don't expect to get this many complications or this level of luxury or attention to detail. I mean, like I mentioned before, some of the leather smell that I see in my Breitlings. The complications alone are what makes this watch worth it to me. There's just so many great things about this brand. I think it is 110% worth it if you're going to get it used, or even the $850 in Joma Shop. I mean, that's not bad at all. This brand itself has a really, really rich history. It's got luxury, it's got complications. I mean, what more do you want out of a brand? If you're liking these videos, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And remember, my name's Bill, I'm not a watch snob, and neither are you. Thank you.